Welcome. In front of me is the OPPO A79, and today I'll do unboxing along with a quick look at the device itself. So let's just get straight into it. One little seal to cut through. Okay, so the box seems to be a little bit bigger for no reason, because inside we only have this thick-ass little thing which contains paperwork and cable, and is unnecessarily thick when, for instance, other companies can manage to make it actually not look misleadingly like there is a charger in the box. But hey, it's OPPO, I guess. What did we expect? Anyway, in a second you'll see the display right here, which going into it is a 6.7-inch display running at 1080p resolution, so 1080 by 2400. It is an LCD IPS display with a 90 Hz refresh rate, which is a little bit underwhelming, and a peak brightness of 680 nits. On top of that, it's boasting about a 86% screen to body ratio with nearly 400 pixels per inch. So that being said, the display right here for roughly about $200, because that's kind of what this device equates to, is, I would say, on a bit more disappointing side. Are you kidding me? Why would I need to connect to network? It's a brand new effing device. Oh my goodness, another company that does this stupid shit. Are you happy now? Great, now I can continue finishing up the setup after I connected for no reason to network. Great, thanks. Here you go. Here's my data. Go F yourself. Anyway, so continuing on, the device is being powered by a Dimensity 6020 processor. It comes with a 5000 mAh battery and has 8 GB of built-in storage with two options of storage types or storage sizes, which is 128 and 256, but it is expandable using a SD card. So obviously you can go for the cheaper one, save a little bit of money, and get a SD card that will run you probably cheaper than the bigger storage. Slap it in here and you could extend the storage probably up to close to a terabyte. So again, pretty efficient here. Now, continuing on, I did mention the battery size being 5000. The charging for this device is rated at 33 watts wired, which by their advertising charges your device 50% in 30 minutes, which not the fastest 33 watts charging speed, considering that you would usually get to this a little bit quicker, but oh well. So still, that is still a pretty decent charging speed, I would say. Now keep in mind, with the device you don't actually get that 33 watt charger like you used to, because Apple decided that's no longer the case. We're all gonna follow like sheep Samsung's bullshit claims that it's for the ecosystem. That's why we release dogshit devices every single year. That's why they all are absolutely the same. And that's why we don't include charger, which you might actually need. So yeah, this device falls under the category of e-waste in itself, and yet they will have probably claims that, oh, we didn't include a charger because e-waste, but we released this device. Oh boy. Anyway, the market for phones and or companies and what they're trying to pull, what kind of shit they're pulling, is getting a little bit frustrating. So continuing on with the device, let's talk about the cameras. We have what looks to be a triple camera, but it's actually a dual camera, and it's actually a single camera. Now let me explain. It looks like a triple camera because these scummy people decided to put this little circle right here for people that might not realize this is not a camera, this is just a pattern. There is nothing there. And the reason it's actually a single camera is because the second camera that actually functions, which I'm pretty sure is this one, is a 2 megapixel depth sensor, being absolutely effing useless. Fantastic. So in reality, this device comes with a single 50 megapixel wide sensor. That's all you will ever use, that's all you actually ever need. This right here is absolutely redundant. You don't need it. It shouldn't be here, and it should cut away from the cost because, like I said, you will never use it. Now, with those cameras, or this camera more precisely, you can record videos at 1080p 30 frames. Now there is one additional camera at the front, the selfie one, and that is an 8 megapixel f2.0 wide sensor, just like the back one, 1080p 30 frames video recording, max resolution and frame rate. So, last thing to mention will be the OS right here. So it is running Android 13, which is the newest one right now, with their skin over it being Color OS 13.1. I like how companies finally started to match their OS or their skin of Android to the version of Android. Because previously we would have Android 12 and for instance something like Color OS 15, though not really this one. But for instance I think MIUI was one of those that had a higher number than the Android, and it was misleading because let me actually bring this up. There we go, that was a perfect font for this example. Mate 20 Pro, it got an update to MIUI 11, I think it was 11, and it just kind of tried to mislead you into thinking that you got the Android 11 update, because that's kind of what you expected to get. But no, it was just a MIUI 11 while still being on Android 10. I think it was 10 or 12, whichever the case. But so I like the fact that nowadays the OS or skin of the OS is similar to the actual OS in terms of a number, and they just put like 0.1, which is an updated version. So props for that. Anyway, moving on to the last part, which will be the build quality and features. So we have obviously plastic frame, glass front, no doubt here, and this actually feels like glass, but I'm pretty sure it's plastic. It is a basically low mid-range device, so I don't expect this to be glass. Now next we do have a headphone jack, charging port Type-C. I want to point that out. No longer will the companies include micro USB no matter at what price range, because European Union will just kind of go around and just like slap them across the face being like, no, you're not gonna do that, and here's a fine basically. So hey, thank you European Union for basically removing the absolute cost cutting that, like what they say would save couple cents. Great, thanks. So now every device will have Type-C. Fantastic. We also have a speaker right here. Then on the side we have a power button that doubles as a fingerprint sensor, volume rockers. At the top we just have a microphone hole, and then on the left side we have our SIM/SD tray, and that's about it. So there we go. This is the new OPPO A79, and if you found this very helpful, fun, informative, whatever, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.